here we are. Oh, man. You look nice today, huh?
I know. It's been a couple weeks.
We're about on the way to our daughter's dance recital today, but thought we'd take a minute and talk about some poker, but not your typical analyzing of poker hands.
Okay.
You actually brought this hand to my attention a couple weeks ago, so I wanted to go watch it and then have us talk about it.
Okay.
It's the hand with Doug Polk and Mariano, where Doug Polk hits top two pair and beats Mariano, and they do a dance, and then Mariano gets up and wins. Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you tell me about that hand? Do you remember?
I think our viewers know I forget everything.
I know you do. God, you're horrible.
Nemo.
Well, you told me like, hey, Mariano was a sore loser. He had to get up and go and stuff.
Yeah, because
like
he was dancing in Doug's face.
Yeah.
And then Doug danced in his face, and then Mariano got up and left. Yeah.
Well, I went back and I watched the video. I looked at the comments, and I wanted to give my opinion on what happened there. So that's what we're going to do this time.
Okay.
Sound good?
Okay.
Here we go. All right, here we are at Hustler Casino Live. Doug Polk took the trip out there to LA to play some high-stakes poker with the crew of typical cast out there. Not much poker to analyze here in this first hand, but it's good to note that there's two hands here. So the first hand is Mariano with jacks, Doug Polk with kings. Yeah, what?
I have a tickle in my throat. Can I have some water? I was struggling. I was like, I can't. I got to tell them to cut. Wow. Oh my God, my eyes are watery. Okay.
All right, so not much poker in this first hand. So there's two hands we're going to talk about. This first one, where Mariano gets jacks, Doug Polk gets kings. Pre-flop, pretty standard. Doug Polk is 4-betting. Gonna get some tagger longers. And what it boils down to is Mariano ends up hitting top set against Doug Polk's kings. And Doug Polk doubles Mariano up. So what's interesting about this hand is what happens at the end of the hand. So after, after Doug Polk makes the call for Mariano's all in there, we'll see what Mariano does here. And Mariano gets up and does a little dance, right? Because he knows what Doug has and he knows he's winning. So he's doubling up, right? So, yeah, everybody's smiling, have a good time. And Doug just kind of laughs it off, too, and pays Mariano. All right. So that leads us to the second hand. Here we are. Doug Polk this time with Queen 10. Mariano with King Deuce of clubs. All right, so pre-flop action. Doug makes a huge bet from $200 up to $9,000. Let me talk. That was an interesting part I want to talk about quickly.
Yeah.
Because this is a big exploit that I use in our game all the time. I'm pretty sure Doug has recognized it in this game that people do not fold.
They don't
pre-flop,
fold, right?
Especially. They do not fold.
No.
So, especially in position, if he wants to play a pot with a decent hand, he can bet whatever he wants, and people are going to call. And he looks at Mariano's stack size, and Mariano has $180,000 to start this hand. So I think he's decided, hey, Mariano's going to call with obviously King Deuce. So if he's calling with King Deuce, he's calling with a wide range of hands.
Right.
And so Doug Polk's like, hey, I could just make it 20x here, and they're gonna call. So that's an exploit that I use a lot if I notice that the table is not folding to any size bet pre-flop.
So you do it with the really good. You have to be in position and Would you call it a marginal hand? I like queen 10 in position.
Yeah. If I want to play the hand, now another thing to take into consideration when you're doing this is stack size, right? So
right.
if we're playing a 2-5 game and I make it 50 pre-flop, but the guy only has $100 behind me,
he's got it.
I better be doing that with a strong hand,
right?
Instead of like queen 10.
Right.
So something else to take into account, but definitely a good exploit to use in your games. So sure enough, Mariano does call with king deuce, and what happens in the hand is kind of interesting, but Doug Polk flops top 2 pair, Mariano with a flush draw, and Doug Polk ends up getting it in on the turn here, turn 8 of clubs, and puts Mariano in the blender here to call with his king deuce of clubs. Obviously, he's got the flush draw. I think in Mariano's head, he's got an over if Doug has like ace queen here. So Mariano thinks about it forever and ends up making the call. And we can see what Doug decides to do. There you go. Doug decides to do a little dance, right? Which is good for the goose, good for the gander. Mariano doesn't seem too happy about it. They run the board twice, and Doug ends up scooping the pot, right? But what you called out here at the end is what Mariano does after the hand is over. Here we go. We see him getting up. He says, "Good game to everybody. That's enough for me." And he gets up and leaves. All right. So I read the comment section about this hand, and in a nutshell, most of the if you want some good intellectual conversation, you go to the comment section.
Yeah, that made great stuff.
So a lot of, Mariano got a ton of hate, and it basically centered on kind of what you were talking about. Like, he's a sore loser. Oh, he finally plays a good player, Doug Polk, one of the best players in the world, loses, and he's too sad and gets up and leaves. Like, now, well, before I say my thoughts, what are your, just reviewing these two hands quickly here, do you still have the same thoughts, or what are your thoughts about these two hands? Are they just joking around, or was there some mean-spirited things going on here, or what's going on?
No, he has been a bully before.
Mariano?
Too. He has been a bully before. There was that one really annoying guy that was on there, and he's like, "Come on, make the decision." He's like, "Hey, this is like the guy. That other guy shouldn't have been at the table, but he's like, I'm playing with people's salary that they make a year, right?" So Mariano has been a bully. He's pushed people around when it's not going his way, he doesn't like it. So he can dish it, but he can't take it. I didn't like. He shouldn't have gotten up immediately after this, because it makes it look worse. If he would have played a couple hands after and he's like, "Hey, I'm not really feeling it. Sorry, guys. Good night." That's okay. But he did it immediately after, Doug did this little dance. So I don't want to call him a sore loser, but it just does not look good. He did not time the exit well.
And I actually don't disagree with you there. He didn't time it well for optics reasons. But I have absolutely no problem with him getting up after he's felted. He probably realizes he did not play the hand well. Just lost $175,000 in this hand that he didn't need to lose. A lot of different factors, I think, are going into this, right? It's on TV, this is kind of Mariano's game. Doug Polk's in, Mariano wants to beat Doug. I think there's a lot of factors, but what I don't think is happening is he's being a big sore loser and taking his ball and going home type of thing. I think he's, not in the right headspace to play anymore. I think if you watch some of the other hands that took place in here, he was making bad plays.
He was. So, the whole video he was making, yes.
So bad. I think this was kind of the nail in the coffin. And I think it just happened to be Doug Polk that put that nail in the coffin, right? And I don't know either one of these guys. I've never met them. But I'm willing to bet that they know each other and they're friends. And I think Doug Polk had no problem with Mariano getting up and dancing after the Jack's hand. And I'm pretty sure Mariano had no problem with Doug dancing on this hand. I think that was lighthearted. I think
it wasn't malicious or anything. No. I just think the timing was terrible. No. And I've even told you, like, when you're in a bad headspace, why do you keep playing?
We just had that conversation the other day that I could go on tilt if people hit their whatever outers on me.
And you stay at the table.
And then I stay and I'll lose another couple buy-ins and be more upset. Yeah. So I absolutely have no problem with him getting up and leaving. I do not think that he was, I'm going to cry about it and go home, and Doug Polk's better than me, so I need to leave. But
it doesn't look good, and it does not look good.
Yeah, and definitely that's where the internet hate comes from. But I bet you that they are friends, and this is not the reason. He just realizes he is playing bad poker. If you watch this entire video,
that video was...
he is playing bad poker throughout the whole video. So he is just in a bad spot. And instead of rebuying for another 100,000 and continue to play, he's like, you know what? Hey, that's it for me. I played this hand so bad, I'm getting up and leaving. I do not think it was because it was Doug Polk. It could have been any of the other players, and he's going to do the same thing. And hey, this isn't my night. I'm going to get up and leave. So the reason I pulled this up is because you had that initial opinion, like, hey, he's crying about losing to Doug Polk.
No, I didn't say he was a sore loser. I just said he could dish it, but he can't take it sometimes. And a lot of the videos, I mean, we watch this stream. We watch him play a lot. So,
and he does get lucky.
Yes,
a lot. So I am shocked he did not hit the club.
Luckiest players ever.
I will say that. I was shocked he did not hit a club on one of those two rivers there.
But I just feel like the timing was off. And if he just
the optics were bad, but I think the root of it was just he was not playing well. A lot of people, some people love to hate Mariano, right? Just because he does run good. I think he's a great player. He is a phenomenal player, and he's good enough to know that he's not in the right space. He needs to leave too. So
you need to do that sometimes.
I know. We just talked about it the other night. You have more discipline to get up and leave when I'm not in the right headspace. So I wanted to defend Mariano here a little bit, especially to the internet haters about him. I'm pretty sure Doug Polk and him would say that. Oh, you're a huge hater.
I am a hater. I am a hater.
But yeah, little poker etiquette type of episode here.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to finish?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.